All right. Welcome everybody. This is my reaction video to Manifest Fast with Jasmine. Never seen it. Actually, I've never seen anything by this person. Sin set it up for me, so here we go.
That seems to, I don't know, make me completely unshakable and immune when it comes to third-party situations. Now, let me just back up. This is going to help you guys, okay? There's something that we really want to understand, and that is that one thing is not more difficult than any other thing. Okay, so if you can manifest anything.
Okay, that's the first good thing I've heard her say. I like that very much. I agree with it. I teach it. I'm just not a huge fan of the giant intros and preambles and yada yada yada. Like mine was like, hey, I never watched this video. Let's get started. But like, you know, no disrespect. It's just a personal preference. A lot of people like to ease into things. One thing is not more difficult to manifest than another. This is a hugely important teaching. I call it probability focus. So people in our society are taught to think that big things are unlikely to happen, or things that are far away are unlikely to happen, or things you haven't done in the past are unlikely to happen. It's all probability. This is unlikely. It's unlikely to make a lot of money. It's unlikely to get my ex back. It's unlikely yada, 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 yada. What Jasmine's saying here is that, you know, probability focus for the universe, for manifestation, for law of attraction, it's all the exact same. There is no probability at all. Everything is equally likely to manifest depending on your manifestation level, like how good you are at this.
Then manifesting yourself out of a third-party situation or manifesting yourself into the relationship that you want, that's not hard either. It's all up to your perception, okay? So I'm gonna give you, like I said, the real deal and the easy way when it comes to manifesting in this situation. The person that you want is with someone else. You want them to turn around and be with you. You want them to take back things that they've said and done. You want them to change their mind. All of that can happen. All of that can be real. It is not magic or manipulation. It is manifesting. This is the way that it is. If you believe.
Okay, so I'll just interject here. I agree with Jasmine here. Anything's possible. You can manifest whatever you want, including behavior from other people. But there's an important caveat, which is we're all on this earth in a sort of an agreed collective shared reality. We all agreed to come here with free will. And so most teachers don't get into this. Most LOA teachers don't get into how free will interacts with, I want to manifest a specific person, or I want this person to behave this way. How does that work with free will? Because if we're all here, well, so one of the ways they approach it is that we're not all here. We're all in separate realities, in separate simulations, and we have like 8 billion other robots in our simulation. And even though if we get them to do something, they might split up into a separate reality, and in a different quantum reality, they're doing their own thing where they didn't get controlled. And that's one approach or way to look at it. But it's not very practical. Like for practical purposes, we are living in a shared reality. Nobody's a robot. Like you're not a robot. Like if you can control other people, then other people can control you with their own manifestation skills, right? Like, oh, I believe and I desire this person to do X. Yeah, but person X believes and desires you to do Y. So we can all just control each other? How does that work? Where's the free will, right? The way it works is that whoever's the better manifester will get what they want. If person A wants to be back together and person B wants to be together with another person and not with person A, like whoever has better beliefs it's gonna work out, right? If person B is like, nope, I know firmly and confidently and for sure that I am never getting back with person A, and I am already on to person B, and they're already mine, and I can already feel it, and I'm seeing our life together. If they have a big dream to be with person C, and if they have really high manifestation skills, their beliefs are high, their desires high, they have no resistance to it, they're not fretting about it, they're not hopping on YouTube and LOA like forums looking up, how can I get what, if they're on it, if their manifestation skills are good, they're gonna get their dream. They're not gonna go back to person A because they have better manifestation skills. Now, if person A has better manifestation skills and they know, I want person B back, I believe it, I know it, I don't need to look up forums, I'm already a pro manifest. If they really have got it down, I've manifested money and cars and whatever, I've manifested friends, I'm good at social manifesting, I'm good at relationship manifesting, I'm good at, if person A has sky high skills at manifesting relationships and people back into their lives and stuff, and person B is just getting started, like, I don't know, I'm at the mercy of life and things just happen and I don't know what, and like person B doesn't believe in manifestation and can't and whatever, and they don't have very strong beliefs and they think, oh, I'll never be with person C and I guess I should go back to person A, or I kind of half-heartedly believe it. Well, now person B has manifestation skills, person A has good ones, and so whose free will wins? Like, they'll end up back together. It's whatever. So yeah, this is a much deeper topic and I'm not going to cover it all here, but hopefully it's a little bit of a helper if you're listening to Jasmine here talk about making other people do things. Okay, minor technical difficulties. Let's get back into it.
Believe in manifesting, okay? If you believe in manifesting, there are no limits to this. It is infinite, and you can manifest it to be completely harmonious and in alignment. You're allowed to have whatever you want. That's one, because I get a lot of people that they just don't know that this is okay for them to want. And if you're not completely on board with what you want, then why would you get what you want if you yourself are not sure about it? So let's understand one thing here. First of all, that it is easy. Manifesting anything is easy. And if you can think of it, it's easy.
I can't. We got it. Everything's easy to manifest.
Reality where things are happening differently and it's a different set of circumstances and the people are completely different versions of themselves, but they look the same. It appears to be the same person.
Yeah, so she likes the multiple realities thing. Again, I don't think this works too well for trying to manifest life on Earth with a shared collective. It's a fine view to have. I wish you luck with it. I think it's better to understand there are two free wills clashing, and whoever has the better manifestation is going to get the result that they want.
You think it's the same person, but the reality has changed. And I don't mean that you've changed this reality, because you can't. You have changed the channel to a completely different reality universe altogether, where everything is simply placed differently. So I think that helps when it comes to disconnecting from, how am I gonna get it if this is the way that it looks right now? That's what everybody, first of all, that's what everybody says. You know, they're like, but Jasmine, this is happening. So how is that gonna happen? Like, they're already married. So how am I gonna be married to them? I have dealt with all kinds of situations like this.
So this entire video is way too slow for me. I'm waiting to learn something. I clicked play to learn something. Well, Sin clicked play. I'm expecting to learn something, and I haven't learned much. I've learned that all manifestations are equally difficult or easy. I've learned that we can manifest our exes to do stuff, although she didn't clear up exactly how that works with free will. And we've learned that it doesn't matter how, because you're just changing the channel to a new reality where what you want has happened. 3 good teachings, but it took 4.5 minutes for those 3 sentences. So for me, I'm a fast learner. I'm a speed learner. I don't need a lot of repetition. I actually get annoyed with repetition. And I feel like if it's a video, just give me the straight goods. I can rewind if I need repetition. You don't need to repeat it for me. So yeah, just not my personal favorite speed, but there's all kinds of teachers and I encourage them all.
I've done it without even trying, and that's really an important thing. We all know that trying doesn't work, but we just keep doing it. We just keep trying. We just keep thinking that it's hard. We just keep thinking that if we keep wishing and praying and hoping, and if we hang on for long enough, eventually it might happen. It's bound to happen. We can't stop wanting it, and we can't stop trying. But if you're trying, then what you are saying to the universe is, this is hard. And as you say, so shall it be. So then it will be hard for you.
Pretty good lesson about trying. Trying is not great for manifestation, and it sends a weird message to the universe, and generally you won't get what you want, at least not for a long time or without a lot of struggle. She mentioned that, as we all know, trying is bad. Weird assumption. I'm guessing that she's talked about it in many other videos with her people, and so her audience does know this. Since I'm not her audience, it's just caught me off guard.
And that might sound like it kind of sucks, right? But like, it's actually the best thing ever, because wow, like, it's just a realization that you need to have. It's just a realization that not only is it okay for me to have this, but I can have this, and I can also have this in a harmonious way, in a good way.
Yeah, you said that.
There are infinite choices here. Mm-hmm. You really, if you want to be good at manifesting, you have to expand what you're choosing to be aware of and conscious of, and what you're choosing to entertain, because the options are greater than what you originally are going to think are possible. You have,
right? I feel like this is all the same stuff she's repeated since the beginning. The title of this video is called Manifest Fast with Jasmine, and I want to manifest a faster learning from it, faster value from it. So I'm gonna fast forward it. Please bear with me.
Have to expand possible. Let me have done help. More than that, but like, let me give you a good example, because a lot of you guys want to know about people that are married and can you be with them. First of all, there's a lot of people who get with people who were at some point married. There's people who love each other and then they go their separate ways. They both marry other people and then they end up together. There's, I've heard of a lot of celebrity stories where before, let's say I'm not a celebrity, and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna marry that person. They're on the TV, they're married to somebody else, that's a celebrity. That person would grow up or get older to get in this, I don't know, they end up marrying them. These are like real celebrity stories of people that are together today. So, I mean, I've actually had someone decide that they want me, and they were already married, and they left their wife for me, and I didn't even want to be with them.
All great examples of things that can happen in life and reality and with law of attraction. I'm sure this appeals to her audience. Still looking to learn how to manifest it fast. But
I've had things like that happen. So these things do happen, okay? I'm saying like anything can happen. But let's say, okay, I've never let it become a big problem for me. So I haven't faced some of the extreme examples that you guys are facing, but that's...
So it's a bit weird to hear her call things an extreme example that she's never faced, because her opening thing in the video was all things are easy, nothing is difficult, everything's manifestable. Basically nothing's extreme was her early point, unless she's just being colloquial, like talking in slang, like just resonating with her audience. Like I get it. Some of you guys are going through some extreme things, and she doesn't actually believe that in her head. Maybe she's just saying it for people. I don't. Benefit of the doubt, but it's a bit peculiar.
Perception, right? That's interpretation, very much so. It just goes to show you that you need to look at things differently instead of just doomsday, doomsday, doomsday. Yeah, Katie Holmes and Tom Cruise. There's other examples. I forget his name now, like the guy from GOT.
I should probably mention this is a live stream, and people aren't really like tightly edited and polished and always on point during a live stream. So if I seemed harsh earlier or whatever, just bear with me.
Strong guy.
She's like this in all her videos. This is why I chose her, actually.
The strong guy. The Savage King. He had a celebrity crush and he manifested being her husband. But I'm just telling you guys, like, I never let this third party thing idea get away with me. I just always had really good beliefs that, like, I'm it. And, like, you can't be me. You can't be me. And whoever that is not me. Okay? You know what I'm saying? So
if someone left Jasmine for Scarlett Johansson, who's got money, beauty, cachet, fame, popularity, philanthropy, she seems pretty high vibing. If someone left Jasmine for Scarlett, Jasmine's gonna have the attitude of, girl, I'm way better than you. You can't beat me, ScarJo. That man's gonna come back to me. He's gonna leave ScarJo for me. There's nothing wrong with a lot of self-esteem and confidence, and I love, like, it doesn't matter what reality says. You can be better than ScarJo or anybody else. I find it a bit. I'm wondering, like, if it came down to that situation, would she still have the same attitude, or would she go into doubt and panic and, oh my God, I'll never get him back from ScarJo, and so on and so forth, right? Like, it's nice to say it here on live stream, but that's a pretty strong attitude to have. I think I'm amazing at a billion things, but if, like, Ashton Kutcher took a girl off me, I don't know if I'd have the same attitude. Like, we're all human. It's like, I hope I would have the attitude she's talking about, that I'm better and I can be better and richer and more famous and more powerful than Ashton. But yeah, I don't know. If I lost a girl to that, would I? When it came down to it, would I? And if it came down to it for her and ScarJo, is she really going to have this attitude? I think it's interesting when in a moment of confidence, people proclaim these attitudes, but can we maintain them and sustain them? And if she's suggesting her audience to do the same, how well are they going to be able to pull off a similar attitude in similar situations? I mean, it's an extreme example, but you get the point. Just interesting, anyways.
Whenever I have experienced this in my life, in my situation, here's what I'm thinking to myself. First of all, I would do this automatically. And I'm just giving it to you real. This is the way that it is. If you want it, when you want to manifest it, if you're manifesting it, this is the way that it is.
You tell it. Spill the tea.
I would never feel threatened, and I would just always know that they can't be me. They're not going to be close to me. They're not even going to be close. I don't care what they have going for them.
She's going to be hurt.
There is no competition. There is no circumstance. There is no other. I have your heart, his heart, whatever. I have this person's heart, and there is nobody that is going to compare.
So this is good, like, of Jasmine. I agree. This is the kind of attitude and belief you would need to have to manifest someone back in the way that she's talking about. But it goes back to earlier what I said. We're here on a collective earth. There are other people with free will. I try to stay away from the multiple reality thing because it's not very practical. And so if that person dreams of being with ScarJo, you're kind of messing with their dreams. Like their dream, they want to, and so whoever has a stronger manifestation skills is gonna prevail in this case. If they don't really believe they can last and sustain a relationship with ScarJo, then they're gonna crumble and divorce and come back to you or whatever. But if they do believe it and they're like in heaven and paradise and they believe it just keeps getting better and they have really good manifestation skills and yours aren't really up to par, then it's not gonna work out. And so when teachers tell students stuff like this, I feel like there's a lot of caveats, a lot of like nuance to it, and that gets glossed over and then sets people up for a lot of failure and despair when it doesn't work out. And whenever someone is teaching like this, that you can do impossible things and stuff that goes against other people's free will, I'm like, well, then I'd like to see you do it with ScarJo. Go take a man off ScarJo. I want to see it. Show me your manifestation skills. Or like if they lose their man to someone super ridiculously famous, Taylor Swift or Beyonce or something, I want to see them get the man back. Another important nuance is there's 8 billion people on planet Earth, and it's kind of weird and arrogant and peculiar for you to be like, target vision like a sniper. This is the one for me. I don't care about the universe. I don't care about God. I don't care about anything. The universe doesn't know better than me. I know who's for me, and that's who I'm manifesting, and I'm getting them, so be it, and f*** you, universe, if you try to take me anywhere else with any other guidance or any other nudges. You better manifest this person for me. Like, to have that kind of attitude is a weird way of manifesting. Like, this will make it difficult to manifest because the universe might be able to guide you to 1 million or like 100 or whatever other amazing people who are even better. Maybe the person you want is going to commit suicide in 2 years. That's their life path or whatever. You don't know. They're going to die in a car accident. And the universe wants you to have a long life, and you want to have a long life with somebody you love. And so it's going to guide you to someone who's just as good or even better that doesn't bite the bullet like a year from now. So manifesting a specific person already is kind of like weird and awkward and arrogant and stuff. Like, it presumes that you know better than the universe in a lot of ways. Like, it's possible to do, and there's nothing like against it or wrong with doing it. You can put your attention on whatever you want, manifest whatever reality you want. But it might take a whole hell of a lot of work when the universe got a super easy path lined up for you. Click, 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 bing, bang, boom. You know what I mean? Like, why you gotta bang your head against the wall trying to manifest your man away from Scarlett Johansson when there's like 100 incredible men, rich, powerful, famous, loving, kind, blessed, simple, whatever you want. Like, the universe is ready to deliver them to you. If only you'd relax a little bit and stop with the specific person stuff and just, how about this person or better? How about I'd like someone like this or better? How about I'm open to all of the magic of life, and I'm ready to be surprised by an incredible man, right? Like, I don't know. I've rambled enough. Let's get back to Jasmine. So yeah, I hate rambling. You see what I'm saying? Now I'm mad at myself. I'm kidding.
There is nobody that is going to satisfy. There is nobody who is going to take my place because nobody can be me. Things like this. Do you feel it's not so much about the words as it is about the feeling of confidence, feeling relaxed, feeling in your knowing, declaring it. And it can even be a little bit exciting or kind of like a game because you just know how this is going to end. I just know how this is going to end. I just know. And so you could almost tell that person, yeah, go with them. I've done that more than you think. I've done go with them. Go have a nice time. Go. She's got a jet plane. Fantastic.
So this is good. This is another good teaching. Like, it's a good attitude. Like, if you really believe in how things will turn out or how things are going to end, then you don't care about sort of the intermediate steps along the way. I don't care if they go and come back. I've had insane amounts of people get pissed off at me, leave me, tell me whatever, like business partnerships, students, exes, whatever, and they always come back, always. And so I have a similar belief to Jasmine here. I might conduct myself a little different about it. Like, I'm a little more chill about it, but But yeah, same belief.
She's beautiful. She's a model. She speaks 4 languages. Go, that's great. That's wonderful. I'm glad that you found somebody so awesome for yourself. Go.
Again, seems like a weird vibe. Like, it's really cocky, really arrogant, and she doesn't actually sound happy for the other person. But like, part of manifestation and law of attraction is wishing others well and wishing them to have their dreams and wishing them true happiness. And if they're truly happy with someone else, doubting them or seeing them as less than or less powerful or whatever, since everyone is you pushed out, is seeing yourself as less than and less powerful. Like in Jasmine's world, I believe everyone is you pushed out, which is why you can control them. And again, that may be true with quantum realities and so on, but in our shared collective reality, not that practical. But even if we buy into it, in Jasmine's view, if everyone is you pushed out, then her doubting and disrespecting others is doubting and disrespecting herself. Her wishing that they break up is her wishing that people break up with her. So I don't know. It's just interesting approaches to this law of attraction situation.
I kid you not. They always come back. There is no circumstance, you guys, none. And so I'm talking here, and I know that a lot of you guys, you already know what to do. You already know that you're supposed to live in the end, picture what you want, feel it real, believe it, live in the end throughout your waking moments, going throughout your day. You're walking throughout your waking daily life, and you're supposed to feel as if it's already were. You're supposed to have faith, know it into being. You're supposed to affirm, but the affirmations come kind of naturally when you're in the vibration. That's the trick. So you already know that you're supposed to be doing all these things. So why are you watching hundreds of videos, reading all the books? You're trying to get the information. You don't need more information. You already know what to do. You need...
Amazing. Best thing I've heard her say. Like, that's fantastic. All of us who are teaching law of attraction, put out all this content, doing our best to teach students, teach learners, teach people, give them the information that they're hungry for. And it's a weird, funny paradox, because everyone knows what to do inside, and the information is not that complicated, and law of attraction isn't that hard. But the reason most people binge content like this, myself included, and people binging my stuff, is because it's easier than practicing. Theory is always easier than practice. Passively consuming info is always easier than applying it. It's just always easier to binge. But really, if you want results, you need to spend 80%, most of your time, practicing these things, finding methods that work for you and practicing them, getting bored of one method and practicing another, practicing. Don't go learn new lessons and new information if you haven't practiced and nailed the first one. If you don't have a handle on all manifestations are easy, right? If you don't really get that, and you still think making money or getting an X back is bigger than, getting a drink of water or whatever, like you feel manifestations are not all equally easy, then stay on that lesson. Practice it until you've got that one. Only watch content about that. Don't go binge another one. Don't click off. Don't stay with it until you've got the handle on not believing in probability and believing in your own power of creation, regardless of circumstance, like she said. If you don't understand that when two belief systems clash, the one with the higher frame of mind, the one with the superior manifestation practice and the higher vibration is going to prevail, if you don't understand that, learn it, practice it. If you don't understand what she said just now about affirmations, about how they come naturally when you're in a certain vibration, and that's the trick, and you're not supposed to sort of force affirmations or grind them out or try hard or whatever. If you don't have a handle on that, practice it every day. Practice it. And as far as I know, I'm one of the few teachers who emphasizes practice, and I don't want you to binge content, and I want you to stick with one lesson until you've got it. But it's really refreshing to hear this from someone else. I love that Jasmine took a moment to emphasize this.
You need continual reinforcement and support to try to implement, because the application is what does it. You have to apply. You have to find a way to do it. And what I find is that support and reinforcement and continual reinforcement. That's how you keep yourself aligned. That's how you keep yourself in check. And there's many different ways to do that, but the more support that you can get, the better. So for you guys that are like, I don't know how to do this, and I'm not saying that it's bad. It's not bad to watch videos at all. That's a form of continual reinforcement. It's not bad to read books. But what needs to happen is that instead of thinking that you're after a teaching, that you need something that you don't have. Does that sound familiar? You don't need something that you don't have. Okay? It's not about needing a solution. You have the solution. This is a vibrational shift that makes it come, because you come out of needing reaching mode and you start like, oh, I can reach inside and apply. This calms your energy and aligns you and like gets you relaxed enough to actually be able to apply. Really, I'm telling you, really, really, really paramount.
This is another great lesson. I love that she said this. Focus on having the solution, knowing it's inside you, knowing it's created already, and you're accessing it and moving towards it and building momentum towards it. And let go of needing and trying and struggling and these kind of things and thoughts and vibes. You want to manifest money? Well, you don't need money. You have it. It's created in the vortex or whatever. It's created for you. You've created it already, and you're moving towards it. You're moving towards it this hour. You're moving towards it this day. You're moving towards it tomorrow. You are moving towards that money. If you want to manifest a specific person, you've already got them. It's happened. It's good. It's done. And you're moving towards it. You're accessing it. It's coming. It's moving towards you. What you seek is seeking you, right? So these are good vibes for manifesting. And it's not like one thought about it. It's regular thoughts about it. It's not one vibe or emotion about it. It's regular positive emotion about it. It's not thinking it and then doubting it with resistance. It's continually low resistance and ease about it. Easier said than done, I guess. Like theory is theory and teaching is teaching, but you got to practice it. And so I agree with her here.
I mean, paramount. I mean, you cannot manifest this if you do not make that shift from being a looker and a learner to an actual doer. You have to demonstrate, exemplify, and apply. That needs to happen. And sometimes, not sometimes, you just need to be inspired. So let me tell you guys what I got going on today. So today is the first seminar on...
Yeah, to wrap up, interesting watch. I agree with a lot of what she said. I differ on some things. We're just different teachers. This is a live stream, so I don't know how in-depth she can get. I feel like there's quite a bit of nuance that could use some extra coverage. Maybe in other videos she does that. And hopefully I've added a little bit here now with my reactions. I really appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Together we rise.